Hello again, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another video. My name's SerenitySoloGamer, and here we are in Final Fantasy XIV. If you saw the last video, my throat was hurting a bit at the end. Well, I took a little break, and now it's back to normal again. I've got a drink with me, so I'm going to try not doing that voice again, but I probably will, unfortunately. Whatever voice comes out, that's what gets used. So without further ado, let's get straight into the video. We are moving on to wetter pastures. Attention all passengers, the airship bound for Linton Laminson is about to depart. Please make your way to the boarding gate. I was already there. Didn't need to make me way. I was waiting. Bye everybody! Love you all! Bye-bye! When first we met beneath the Sultan tree, I sensed there was something unusual about him. I wonder if they will feel the same. Godspeed! Godspeed, Serenity! Godspeed! If I'm right, they'll be singing your praises from here to the far reach before long. May you always walk in the light of the crystal. And off we go into the blue, blue skies, to the dark, dark skies. Castrum Occidens, or Occidens.
It has been 15 years, but the bitter taste of defeat lingers still. 15 years since the Imperial fleet set course for Mordona, led by the Agrios, mightiest of all vessels. Silver Till Lake lay ripe for the taking, and all of Eorzea would soon be ours. Or so we believed. But an innumerable host of dragons met us that day, at the heart of which flew the great Midgard Zormer. Though we succeeded in slaying that lord among worms, the dread serpent's defeat was bought at too high a price. Our invincible flagship was lost, and all hope of victory with her. So ended our glorious conquest.
Thank God I didn't have to do no dodgy voice acting for that.
Eorzea, a blighted realm, riddled with false gods. Twice now it has eluded the Empire's grasp. For all the destruction it wrought, even Meteor, the great sin, failed to yield us control over it. And for this failure, the realm has sunk deeper into depravity. It is twisted beyond all reckoning, rotten nigh to the core. Yet, it must be saved. Only Garlean rule can bring order to Eorzea. It falls to us to deliver the misguided masses from their ignorance.
We are of one mind, Lord Van Balthar.
Magitech research following scheduled inspection.
Hey, is the Legatus really planning to take another tilt at the Eorzea?
Hey? What hole have you been hiding in? We're in the midst of preparing for a new campaign, and a huge one at that.
But I thought the Emperor had given up the Western lands for lost after Cartano. What could the Legatus possibly hope to gain by acting alone?
I sense you harbor certain doubts over the wisdom of the Legatus's plan.
My lord!
Please, call me Nero. Tell me, where were you born?
Othard, my lord.
Alamigo, my lord.
Ah, codename Hummingway, I presume?
I don't know what you...
Silence. Your denials will not change your fate. I assure you, Frumentarium sees all. Clean up this mess, and do not miss any, or I shall be most displeased.
At once, my lord.
Garland. Soon you will be made to know the true power of Magitech.
Well, you avoided some of my dodgy voice acting there. Thank God that were fully voiced. And here we are, moving on to wetter pastures. Now this is normally really busy. Ah, you must be the envoy from Uldar. Welcome to Limsa, sir. Admiral Bluefistwin awaits your arrival. You are the Uldan envoy. Welcome to Limsa. The Admiral has been looking forward to your arrival. Please proceed to the crow's lift at your earliest convenience. It will take you to Bulwark Hall. Once there, please speak with Xanthael. He will be pleased to show you to the Admiral's command room on the bridge. So I may as well do as she says and go straight to Bulwark Hall. Oop, that way. Greetings, sir. Welcome to our fair city. Would you, if you would, permit me to examine the seal on the missive you carry? Yeah. Yes, everything seems to be in order. My apologies, we cannot afford to be complacent, you understand? Please step this way.
Enter. So the silver-tongued merchants send an adventurer to speak for them. It appears the Uldans place great faith in you. This way. I bid you welcome. I am Melve Bluefisvin, Admiral of Limsa, and Commander of the Maelstrom. Now, what news from Thanalan?
A memorial service to honor the fallen. Seven hells, has it been 5 years? 5 years since the Gallian Empire sought to wrest Eorzea from our grasp. It was in answer to the imperial threat that the city-states formed the Grand Companies and forged the Eorzean alliance anew. But Galamold was not content to wager all on a simple contest of martial might. They had other plans, the Meteor Project. Legatus Nail van Danus, hells take him, indeed intended to cleanse our realm by snatching the lesser moon, Dalamud, from the heavens and casting it down upon our heads. Desperate to prevent this lunatic scheme, we marched our forces to the Cartano Flats and there met the 7th Imperial Legion in battle. Never have I seen a fight like the Battle of Cartano, and I have seen full many. But though we gave no quarter, spared not one ounce of effort, we could not prevent what followed. From inside the shell of Dalamud came a winged nightmare. A dragon the size of a bloody city. 'Twas the elder primal Bahamut, bent on making an 8th hell of Eorzea. In the space of a breath, the legions of the Empire were set aflame, while our own armies fared little better. 'Twas as if the world was burning. Words cannot well describe the scene. And yet, by some miracle, a few of us were spared. Even as I steeled myself for death, a blinding white light enveloped me, robbing me of my senses. When I regained them, the dragon was gone, and the still smouldering land was warped beyond all knowing. Were Archon Louisoir still with us, he would doubtless shed some light on these unfathomable happenings. I do know that word. Alas, he is not, and I fear we will want his wisdom in the days to come. For while our nation struggled to recover from the devastation, the beastmen called forth their damned primals to torment us anew. Unless we put aside our differences and rebuild now, our foes will catch us unprepared. And I speak not only of the beastmen. Do not imagine that the Empire has forsaken its claim on Eorzea. The Imperials crowd our borders, waiting to strike. Damn it all, we need champions to replace those we lost. But such thoughts are worse than worthless. Time is short and none will save us, save ourselves. It is the duty of every soul who survived the calamity to work together for the good of Eorzea, and this memorial service may be the very thing to unite us. I, Vauban, as the right of it, I accept his proposal. Your duty is done here, adventurer. I will see to it that the Flame General receives my reply. You travel to Gridania, yes? Pray give my regard to the Elder Seedseer. Oh, and tell her the wolf has been sniffing around the stables. A private jest and one in poor taste, but I would have you tell it all the same. Fare you well, Serenity. May the Navigator guide you on your journey. Couldn't have just fully voice acted that scene, could she? Oh. Instead, you had to make do with me. I'm so sorry about that. Oh, I'm sorry, I skipped it. Oh, just saying how good we're doing about that. Oh, no. I'm sorry. Was only a little quest though, like her. Didn't give much. I forgot to set Uldav as my own point. So register free destination, yes. I needed that as I needed Uldav as my home point, but unfortunately I didn't do it. Sweetnix is beauteous gobby and crafty smart trading maker. Sweetnix makes busy deal with Uplanders. Need deliver letter to gate of Mailvan, but Sweetnix has shiver shakes. Uplander walks to gate of Melvan for Sweetnix. Uplander delivers letter to tax lady Tadja. Give him English names, for heaven's sakes. So what I mean by how busy this is. It's always... Bloody hell, they're still loaded in. You, sir, adventurer, I have work for you. I would have you pose as a customer and survey the market's current prices. Surely I did not see you bark at so simple a task. All you need to do is strike up a conversation with the shop owners and glance over their wares. There are 3 merchants that interest me. Iron Thunder, Kyo Moon, and Sineal. Write down all you see on the price list and hand it to Bainseng in West Orcus Alley. He shall reward you for your service. Well met, lad. Cast your peepers over these beauties. Not a spot of rust to be found. Every piece fresh from the forges of Naldik and Vimelis. Oh, come on, please. English. Oh my, oh dear, my cask of ale is gone. It had to be the one ordered by someone who doesn't brook tardiness. I would bring the matter to the Maelstrom, or perhaps seek help from the Yellow Jackets, but my client would likely frown on involving anyone official. An adventurer such as yourself, though, would be capable of doing a little unofficial investigating. Will you find the stolen ale for me? It was right outside Fisherman's Bottom. Someone surely saw something. What's that? You would have the client's name? Oh, none of that. Discretion creates opportunities. Now go to Fisherman's Bottom and make your inquiries before this cold of mine grows worse. The bloody executioners. I was thinking, should I have made him sound like he had a cold? The thing you saw in the chat box is a real money transaction if you knew, and they ain't reportable. I'm just going to say I welcome customer. I loves his lovely trade. My goods are goodly made. Oh, I didn't know how to voice him. I apologise about that. A fine morning to you, sir. What can I interest you in? Why, you seem interested in most everything, don't you? Is this another one of those investigations? Well, I have nothing to hide. Nope, I don't want to hand that in yet. Once again, if you watch my previous videos, I'm going to get as high a level on these jobs as I can, and then I shall do the side quests here. So I get that. Where is Sweetnix with those import records? Without the proper documentation, I'm afraid we shall have to expel him from the city. Here they are. Why, these are Sweetnix's records. Glad I am to see they were submitted in time. Honestly, you would think that goblin would have lost his fear of our officers by now. Every month he is to submit these papers, and every month his tardiness forces me to consider his removal. As long as one follows proper procedure, what SerenitySoloGamer is quite welcoming of foreign traders. Pray convey these words to Sweetnix. Perhaps it will aid in soothing the poor goblin's fears. Oh, she's got a quest. Get off. Here at Melvin's Gate, we inspect all goods that are imported into SerenitySoloGamer and collect duty as the law requires. Some merchants, however, seek to evade this obligation, and we must chase them down. I would be grateful if you could deliver these 2 ledgers, one to a man named Sundimal, whom you will find at the Octant, and the other to a woman named Letitia who works at the Bismarck. If you are uncertain as to the whereabouts of the Bismarck, ask Sundhimmel when you meet him, and he will point you in the right direction. Welcome to the Arcanist Guild. It is here that we research and develop the field of Arcanima, whatever that word is. It's the science of employing arcane geometries, intricate patterns that map the unlocked mysteries of existence to draw forth and manipulate the body's etheric energies. If you prefer an arcane art built on structured thought and precise reasoning, then your discerning intellect may find a home here at our guild. Might you consider enrolling yourself as an initiate?
Yes!
Ah, just as I predicted. Before we proceed any further, however, let us first feed your appetite for knowledge with a morsel of guild history. The roots of Arcanima can be traced back to the esoteric calculations practiced by the people of the South Sea Isles. It was these island folk that first discovered a method to express natural phenomena in mathematical terms. Building on this process, the existing mathematical formulae were further developed into arcane geometries, precise patterns that allowed a practitioner to weave ether into specific magical effects. The mages who invoked this new form of magic became known as Arcanists, and the school of Arcanima was born. Many such mages, wishing to expand their understanding of the world, took to the seas aboard trading vessels. Upon their arrival in Limsa Lominsa, Arcanists found themselves welcomed into the academic elite and soon secured positions in the realm of governance and council. The knowledge of an Arcanist, however, is traditionally passed on from master to chosen disciple. As such, Admiral Melvib, counting several wielders of Arcanima among their personal staff, became concerned that this exclusionary practice would lead to the eventual extinction of the art. So at the Admiral's express orders, an official Arcanist guild was established, and funding was provided for research and training. The complex and demanding nature of Arcanima, however, remains the greatest threat to its own future. Can you please stop saying that word? If you invite cerebral challenges, then you have but to reaffirm your commitment to joining our guild. Well, have you decided to enroll in our guild, or are you now intimidated by the thought of excessive thinking? Your sound judgment is to be commended. Now, standard practice dictates that I introduce you to our guildmaster, that you might convey your intentions in person. Due to extraordinary circumstances, however, he is unreachable at present. Instead, you may speak to Mistress Thubigame. She has shouldered full responsibility for the guild's leadership in the interim. You'll find her just over there by the bookshelves. You needn't be shy, though. Though her mind is sharp and critical, her manner is always most welcoming. Yes, I am Thubigame. Greetings and welcome to the Arcanist Guild. As Miri has doubtlessly explained, I am serving as acting guildmaster until our wayward leader deigns to return. I assume our capable receptionist also spoke of our art's origins? Allow me then to expound upon its nature. Arcanima taps into the living energies of Aether. The evidence of this is represented most aptly, perhaps, by our ability to manifest the arcane entity Carbuncle, and the manner of magic while this ethereal ally employs at our command. The core of the discipline, however, is found in the pursuit of definitive solutions to any potential quandary. Even on the field of battle, nay, especially on the field of battle, this principle takes precedence. If one wishes to make certain the question of victory, then one must apply the most effective strategy. An arcanist is measured by his ability to calmly analyze the situation from moment to moment, and respond with the most appropriate spells at hand. The study of arcania... well, sorry, I'm so sorry, can't pronounce that word. Will test your mental faculties to the point of perplexity. It's rubbing off on other words now. Are you prepared to reason your way through predicament after predicament? I'm prepared to reason. An unambiguous response. The kind I most prefer. Now let us see if the clarity of your words is matched by the sharpness of your mind. Here, take the grimoire in hand, and we shall next judge your aptitude for our discipline. Can you please stop saying that word? Arcanamia? Is it Arcanamia? I'm just going to call it Arcanamia. Nope, don't look. Don't look at me. There we go, you can look. No. It is a hefty tome, is it not? I promise you a grimoire's weight becomes a comforting anchor amidst the shifting seas of battle, a fact you will soon discover. In Lower Nicosia, you will... Is it Nicosia? Nosha. In Lower Lenosha, you will find, among others, 3 species of pests, wharf rats, little ladybugs, and ovillae. I ask you to employ your fledgling skill in Arcanamia to eradicate 3 of each type of creature. Leave the city through the Tempest Gate and you will soon encounter the potential targets in abundance. As long as you remain focused, I do not foresee these opportunities causing you or your budding abilities undue difficulties. Once you return from completing this preliminary trial, I will welcome you as an official member of the Arcanist Guild. May your judgment remain swift and clear. I'm just going to call it Arcanamia. Otherwise, I'm just going to be here all day trying to pronounce it. So, I've got to get these put up. No. I didn't do that. I did. Oh! Hold on. I'm finding it very hard to run and... What are you doing? Right! There! I don't know why I found that so hard. So I'm not picking up those quests yet. Little loads of people always in Limsa. A ledger from Melvin's Gate, you say? Yet more outstanding duty payments. When will those merchants ever learn? Well, very well, if I catch sight of any offenders, I shall drag them to the gate, kicking and screaming if it needs be. One more ledger bound for the Bismarck, you say? Follow this path to the upper decks and you'll find the place. No, not yet. Anything over there? No. We need to run down to Fisherman's Bottom. And here we are at Fisherman's Bottom. There you go, first person. I wanted to make sure it didn't take me out then. So I need to speak with him. Aye, this is the dutiful Sisters of the Edelweiss, a house of deep reflection and meditation. So unless you've proper business with us, you can kindly bugger off. What's this then? A parcel from the Bruges Consortium, eh? Let's have a peek inside. Ooh, walnut bread and ginger cookies. And a few of them Bismarck finger sandwiches too. Them Consortium culls knows the right way to show appreciation. Some of them sisters have unholy appetites, so I'd best save a few bites for myself before I take this inside. Ahem. You let Nashim know we're always here should her boss have need of us again. There's naught beyond these convent doors for a worldly type like you, Gov. We're the dutiful sisters of the Edelweiss, all pure and saintly like. Now bugger off. Hang about, ain't you that cove that goes by the name of Serenity? Yeah, I knew it. We like to snitch all the rising talent, and from what I hear, you're head and shoulders above the rest. If you can handle yourself half as well as they say, that you might be of use to us. Ah, forget all that Sisters of the Edelweiss bollocks. That's just a bit of fun for both the curious culls. We're the Golden Rogues, mate, and it's mainly our marks as does the praying. Me and mine work in the shadows of Limsa, taking a keen edge to the rooks and cackles we've earned themselves your milling. We don't talk for members, but every now and again we might offer a promising young cove a place in the ranks. If you have an interest in joining us, tip us your daddles and you're not having my daddles? And we'll put a hilt in each one, just like the gods intended. So what do you say, fancy learning a new trade? Yes. Good to see you keen, but I should probably warn you on a few points before you dive in. Where most guilds take pride in turning their members into the best bloody candlestick makers there can be, we only care for getting the job done. And the job ain't pretty. You become one of us and you'll soon be neck deep in scum and knife fights. So if you're looking to scamper across rooftops and bilk dandles of their blunt, you best take up with a different crew. Think on that and come back if you're still keen. I'm still keen. Didn't scare you off then, Benny? I think it's Ben. Is it Benny? Benny? They told me you were a meddlesome cove. Oh, and so it's been proved. You'll need every ounce of metal soon enough. Now step inside and have a battle with Jack. He's our upright man and the master of the guild. You looking to head inside? He says that all the time when I speak to him now, so don't need to say that anymore. I'm the one they call Jack. Don't surprise you've heard of me. Perhaps you'd be good enough to tell me your name, along with that other kind of cove that's told you mine. Ah, the famous Serenity, all on your left. Patch let you in, did he? He can't throw a blade for shite, that one, but that one don't miss. But that one I don't miss note when it comes to sizing up dimmer cult for the stalling. Just one thing, you ain't a pirate, are you? Well then, it's time you were stalled to the rogue. Put on your best beta cases and I'll swear you in myself when you're ready. Now, I could fill your wattles with the story history of our guild, but that's just wids and wind. The most important thing, the only thing we care about is getting the job done. Now most folk, and I'm assuming you're among them, know that not long after Limsa founding, the city was overrun by a motley crew of pirates and thieves. But as wild as that lot were, it soon became clear that they'd all end up killing each other if they didn't lay down a few rules, an unspoken code of conduct as it were. 1. You don't bite the purses of your fellow Laminsons. 2. You don't knock a crew out of their spoils. And 3. You don't trade calls like they were chattel. I'll admit that the finer points of the code are a mite murky, but most agree on those 3 at least. Now, you might be thinking none of that amounts to a sack of dilgeries now the Admiral's outlawed piracy, but in the back alleys and black markets where Melvib's grip ain't so tight, the code's still alive and well. And just as the law is enforced by the Yellow Jackets, the code is regulated by us rogues. We go where the shadows are darkest and hand out the justice to them as break the code. Some rum-soaked cove steals goods from the wrong cull and we steal them back. That's my jobs, my natty lad. Of course, we don't hop the twig when blade work's called for neither. You'll see there's more to our dagger play than just sticking culls with a pointy end. We'll weaken a mark with poison, fade away and strike in the dark mans. Whatever it takes to get the work done. Well, Serenity, what do you say to that? You got the guts to do a rogue's job?
I have the guts to do a rogue's job.
Alright then, first off we'll have to get your kit sorted out. A rogue needs to be light on his dubious to stay on a mark's trail. The job might have you fighting across a deck or weaving through a mob and the last thing you want is bleeding great battle axe what hooks itself in every open post. That's why we stick to daggers. They let you slip through the streets just as easily as they slip through a rook's ribs. Here, take these stabbers and see how they look on you. Just don't get so excited with your new toys that you forget to dress for the role. You'll be surprised at how many colts come back to me in their bloody small clothes. His accent changed about 100 million times. There. Now here's another one that I've taken to dungeons, so what I'll do with this is there. Move set up. Move set up. Move set up. Managed to strap those daggers on without cutting yourself? Well, we're off to a good start, I'd say. Next you'll want to get a feel of the weight and speed of your new weapons. I reckon those bleating cheats in the fields outside Limsa should serve for your first lesson. Aye, test your blades on a few of them lambs and slice up some rats and pugils for good measure. Mind that you mill them beasties one at a time though, lad. I know you've served far worse in the past, but you know dimmer dammer with them stabbers just shit. Yep, he had about 10 different voices in one read through. Oh dear. Looking for Dodazan's cast of ale, eh? Aye, I'll help you. Dodazan ain't a bad sort for a swiving trader. There was a toper come asking after the cask. Wanted to know if it was ale, the poxy fool. How the hell did they get under there? After a cask? Well, can't rightly say if it's your cask, but there was a big fella come by recently carrying one. He asked me if I'd smoked Mackies. Mackies? I could do with your Mackies. What would go down nice with ale? Tain't the only thing I know neither. The louse wore black and you know what that means. The bloody executioners. Yeah, I saw the quest here. Want your quest? The calamity really knocked the wind out of the fishing industry's sails, but fisher folk starting to return to the seas once more. It's past time I did the same. But before I can put out to sea again, I need to have a new boat built. The guild has always commissioned Naldic and Vimellis for its crafts, but they are beastly busy these days. If you want something to do, mayhap you could run over to the Armourers Guild and consult with a Forge Master Nanza in my stead. I would know how long we might expect to have to wait. Would like to know, did it say, or would know? Did I see someone walk off with a cask of ale? Why, sure, it was during the afternoon lot of floating. Fella didn't look like a thief though. Hoisted the cask and walked right on over to the Astalicia. Sorry, I made that sound like a question. I was questioning myself if that's how you said it, and it came out like a question, so I apologise about that. Just like I fully apologise about my voice acting. Oh, where's the... That's not it. What is it? Oh, it's there. I couldn't see because there were so many people. Beg your pardons, good sir, but you are an adventurer, are you not? I realise this is sudden, but we urgently need help restocking our larders. We are in the midst of preparing a full-course meal for soon arriving guests, but I fear we are short on fresh lamb for the main course. I would be grateful if you could procure 4 slices for us. I dare say it would be quickest to obtain these directly from the source. Wild lambs. In case you are unfamiliar with the creatures, I suggest you speak with Albifar, a sentry stationed in Bulwark Hall, just below the Drowning Wench. Oh, there's a, Ethernet here. Thank you! Nearly missed it. So, go up first. You won't fuck on, adventurer. How do you fancy working for the Kraken's Arms, one of the greatest pirating crew in Limsa? If you're interested, take yourself up these steps to the balcony above and talk to Carvalane, our captain. Do right by him and he'll do right by ye. God, this is probably the worst voice acted episode I've done. Greetings, friend, and welcome to the Seventh Sage, purveyors of the finest spices of the East. All of our products are guaranteed obtained through completely legal means. Oh, you do not seek spices, but employment? Well then, let us speak of how you might be of service to our organisation. Our misery returned from her latest voyage bearing exotic spices never before seen in Eorzea. I've prepared 2 samples, each of which I would have you deliver to certain individuals. The first is for Junaid, whom you'll find at the Coral Tower. The second is for Master Lingsarth, the head chef of the Bismarck. And do make certain the right person gets the right set. Go now and return here once you have accomplished the task. Yep, I'll attune to you. And one more, I think. Right, don't do the rough voice. Welcome to the headquarters of the Yellow Jackets, the keepers of the peace in Limsa Laminsa. Is it aught I can assist you with? A sample of spice, courtesy of the Seventh Sage, you say? There is no mistake. This is fire sand, and the kind used by Galleon besides. Quite intriguing. Very well, we will consider placing an order. Oh, you thought you had brought me spice? I see you are not familiar with the Carvalanisms. No isms on this channel. For the sake of convenience, he uses the word spice to refer to literally everything he has procured on the high seas. Lest you worry, the man isn't engaged in any activity that is considered piracy. Far from it. Think of him as a trader, a heavily armed one, who represents Laminsan interests in eastern lands. Oh. An alarming number of citizens have gone missing of late, though I suspect you've already heard the rumours. It is essential that we ascertain their safety. To this end, I have prepared a list based on reports of our citizens. Would you be so kind as to deliver it to my colleague in Bulwark Hall? Endwalker is her name. My thanks in advance, my friend. I see I don't script this, so I'm just going through the words as they come. Ho there, adventurer. Curious about the Marauders Guild, are ye? Any axe worth wielding needs 2 hands on the aft and has a blade what can chop clean through the galley's mast. That's the kind of weapons our members train to use with deceptive swiftness and brutal force. If you mind to make the Marauders art your life's work, then our guild welcomes you with open arms. What say you, lad? Keen to join the ranks?
Yes.
Well then, here's a bit of guild history so you know what you're getting into. It all started with ships, you see. What have ships got to do with axes, you ask? Well, building them would be pretty bloody difficult without sturdy tool to lop down trees for timber. And since only the navigator herself knows when a ship will run afoul of a storm or worse, it makes sense for the crew's carpentry to carry an axe on board. But any tool on a ship can become a weapon, and the axe is perfect for hooking yourself over the rail of an enemy vessel, letting loose in a whirl of steel and generally laying waste to all around ye. As more seafarers took up the axe as their weapon of choice, so did the bloody art of the marauder begin to take shape, especially among pirates, where strength and skill decided your place in the world. With an eye to assembling crews of battle-ready raiders, the pirates started teaching the proper way to wield a chopping blade to their new recruits. And I'll just bit my tongue. And that's how the Marauders Guild first came to be. Ow. After the Galadian Accord was signed, though, the Marauders Guild was never the same. It was taken over, restructured and purged of its pirate elements. It had been reborn as an institution dedicated to naught but the teaching of axe fighting. The members of this new Marauders Guild weren't no greed-driven cutthroats neither. They were warriors what sought to use their martial prowess for the good of society. Still keen, are you? Think it over and let me know when you decide to join our ranks. You decided then? You ready to join the Marauders Guild? Alright then, all that needs doing now is to speak to the Axe Master himself. Sounds simple? I've seen folks slink out of the door rather than put themselves in the path of that unnerving glare. Well, that bloke right there, in the middle of the room, Wernzoin's his name. Put some steel in your spine and look him straight in the eye when you talk to him, lad. Good fortune to you. Yes, I am Wernzoin. Axe Master they call me, not the most imaginative of titles, I agree, but one should not underestimate the values of directness. I welcome your interest in our guild. The art of the Marauder is used to rend, to cleave, and to destroy. It is not our way to simply outfight our adversaries. We seek to overwhelm them. A Marauder must be the most powerful and enduring presence on the battlefield. We must account for the most enemies defeated. Our role in combat is that of a steel whirlwind, dealing death and destruction without equal. No doubt the question has already been put to you by Blauthoter, but once more shall I challenge your commitment. Are you prepared for bloody carnage that awaits an initiate of the Marauders Guild?
I'm prepared for carnage.
Very well. Your name?
SerenitySoloGamer.
Attend me well then, Serenity. Hold fast to this moment of dedication. The path of the Marauders is a jagged and perilous one. The blood that spills at your feet will oft-times be your own. I present to you this axe as a symbol of your commitment. Your first lesson shall be how to hold it. Now grip the haft with both hands and set yourself in a solid stance. So now switch over to Marauder. Yep, there. There we are. Ah, you cut a striking figure, Serenity. But heroic posing is unlikely to cut a swath through your enemies. You stand now as a student of the axe. Let us waste no time in testing the edge of your chosen weapon. You shall wade straight into combat and as befits a novice of our discipline. Go forth and slay the bleating, scurrying, crawling pests that plague the outskirts of Lominsa. Lost lambs, wharf rats and little ladybugs shall be your piteous adversaries this day. Return to me once 3 of each creature has fallen to your blade. So now we are going to run straight down. Oh, I've got to move. Oh. There we are. I did it. I did it while moving. Be proud of me, please. Keep going, straight on, straight on, straight on. And here we are, the Aethernet shrine, shard. Make it a shrine if you want to the warriors are light. Yeah, I'll let you pause those bottom ones, as I've been doing from the beginning. There's a quest here. I may as well pick it up and start it. Just not complete it. If you're looking for a place to wet your whistle, Scrag, I'd advise you to turn tail and run. Captain Rosewind's in no mood to be entertaining customers this eve, and even when she ain't particularly good at it. Though maybe dealing with a customer's a sort of shite, what might shake her from her doldrums. But if you mean to venture inside the missing member, you best remember to pay your proper respects to the captain, lest ye ain't afraid of going missing. Kneeling for her would be a good start. I don't want to miss my member. I want to keep my member. Kneel. There. Oh, so he knows his place. Good. If only the Krakens have the same sense of propriety. Bastards keep seizing every Garlean ship before we can take a crack at them. 'Tis a sorry state of affairs when your crew's reduced to preying on the leavings of that mangy bunch of man-boys. My younger self will be right disappointed if he saw how far we'd fallen. Disappointment. There we are. So you do know something of my pain, but your sympathy ain't worth more than a pint of piss. It's all well and good that we've got the Admiral's permission to capture Garlean ships, but what's the use if we keep getting beat to your prey? We built your reputation, leaving out off the coast of Vildbrand, not sailing a dozen miles into the bleeding sea. The few Imperial dogs found in Lominsan territory get snatched by Krakens hunting in the open waters. I rallied my true spirits when I said we're reviving the old ways, but after all our struggles, it seemed resigned to letting those bastards have all the fun. Nelly, there. Huh? You're trying to make light of my dilemma? Don't push your luck, Scrag, or I'll gut you a hook like a regular pirate. Wait, that's it. We're pirates, goddammit, so we should think like pirates. Bugger keeping them in some waters safe. We'll raid supply shipments to the Garlean outposts along the coast of Aldenard. Ha ha ha! It's so bleeding simple, I don't know why I didn't think of this before. Thank you for your unintended inspiration, Scrag. To think I'd almost had you fed to the sharks. No? Get fed to no sharks. Bugger off. Right, so... think she may have a quest, which means I've got to complete this one first. God damn it. A new boat for the Fisherman's Guild. I'm afraid now ain't the best time. You see, we have recently taken on a commission for a galleon. This task alone has our hands full. But look, I'll see what I can do. The Fisherman's Guild has long been one of our best clients. I would be loath to disappoint Sissipoo. It may yet take a while, but I shall endeavour to have her boat ready in a timely fashion. Thank you. Are you in need of some trifling task to pass the time? Then I have just the job for you. Baidron is offering a reward to any adventurer who slays at least 5 wharf rats. There's no shortage of the pests lurking outside the Tempest Gates, so you should hurry and take advantage of this opportunity. Then I shall thank you very much. But I think I need to speak to the guy near the Ethereite Plaza. There. God, it is absolutely packed. Which way am I going? This way. I don't understand. Tell me in the comments why Limsa is always packed. I mean, it's the most packed of the 3 city-states. In fact, I'd say it's the most packed of all of the city-states. The Bismarck wants fresh lamb, does it? Gods, I could do with a slice myself, fresh off the grill and dripping in its own juices. Sorry friend, I haven't had a single bite to eat since my shift began. Any road, you can get lamb easy enough by hunting the lambs that graze outside the city. Go through the Zephyr Gate and follow their path east and south for a bit. You'll run into the fluffy and tasty critters before long. Right, so we've got a chocobo keep here. I'd have to read what this says because it'll say exactly the same as all the others. See? Told ya. Right, so gladiator. There we are, get the gladiator points. Now, yeah, do rogue first. Oh, actually, I've just looked at the clock. We are dangerously close to the hour, so I'm going to have to leave it there for this episode. I'm deeply sorry I can't do longer than hour episodes, but I don't have a PC that works. And it's quite old, even if I did get it working. I doubt it'll be up to much nowadays. But also, the PlayStation will only let me edit videos up to an hour. So, I'm stuck with it, I'm afraid. That's why my channel's not getting getting made looking better. I can't do it. So, I thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, I ask you to please like, comment, subscribe. I can't, like I said, I can't get my channel up properly. I can't get it looking nice. So if you could share, that would be absolutely amazing, because I'm sure my channel would turn a lot of people away, and my thumbnails too. So if you like my videos, I ask you to share if possible. And I thank you very much for watching, and I shall see you in the next one. See you later. Goodbye.